My name's Kathy A, and I am really excited because every April and every November Sephora has their big sale of the year, and this April, actually right now it's going on, they're having their VIB Rouge and VIB and Insider sale. This week is April 27th and going into May 3rd. And this coming week is going to be quite exciting because the Game of Thrones vault and all of the components to it are going on sale at Sephora on the 29th. So I think they are being allowed to be included in the sale. So those of you who missed out on the Urban Decay site like I did, I was up at 3 in the morning and I, for some reason, did not make it to get any of the products, but I will hopefully get it this time with a 20% off coupon, which would be very, very handy because some of us are on strict budgets. Anyway, I thought it'd be fun to talk to you about all of the things that I really like that I have from Sephora. These are things that are actually presently in my collection, and I really like them. So I think I'm just going to start off with perfume. And this is Stella by Stella McCartney, and you can get the rollerball version or whatever. This is the English Rose scent that is I guess she dedicated it to her mother, because I guess the English Rose is her mother, Linda McCartney, who was Paul McCartney's wife. Stella is one of Paul McCartney's children, and she's also a big fashion designer. This is a beautiful light rose scent. Now there are two versions of the Stella perfume. There's one that has black dots and one that has white dots. One that has white dots is the natural mist, and that's the one that I prefer. You may like something a little bit stronger, a little more perfumey. The black dots are a little bit stronger, so smell them before you purchase, but I do love the Stella. For eye palettes, I keep going back to this palette every time, regardless of the politics of this person, regardless of anything else. I always go back to this. This is the Kat Von D Shade and Light palette. This is a perfect eye palette. It's perfect. It is something that you will always be able to use in your collection. There is a mirror there. You have your warm quadrant, your neutral quadrant, your cool quadrant, and your neutral quadrant. And these are the perfect basic eye colors. You can do a basic eye, you can make it more glamorous. This is a great base, and then you can maybe get some fancy schmancy shimmer colors and put it on over the top, but this is your basic eye. You can use them, mix and match. I mix and match them all the time. I've probably bought 5 of these palettes since they were released years ago, and I just continue to purchase them. I did find one in TJ Maxx of all places. They had them on sale there. I know that was kind of neat. They were very, very inexpensive there, but this is definitely worth getting in the sale. If you don't have this already, this is something you should have in your collection, and I think it's a staple. I wouldn't not have it in my collection. For blushes, I'm kind of medium light skinned, and I really like this one from NARS. This is the Bumpy Ride, it's called, and it's a very light peachy coral color, very, very pretty, perfect for spring. And if you are a medium light to light skinned person, you're going to love this because it's not too strong. It's very age friendly color, and NARS blushes are kind of infamous anyway. I do have a NARS Orgasm blush on order because mine got broken and it was in the back of the drawer. I don't know how many years. I just recently found it, so it's on order. I did order it for the sale. Another blush that's really, really good, and I think is a good basic, is the Tarte Exposed blush. And this doesn't look like very much in the pan. It looks almost like a skin tone, but on your skin it takes on kind of a flushed look, and it's a very natural looking blush, and I think it's something, again, if you're a medium to light skinned person, this is the perfect color for not over the top, perfect for daytime. You can glam it up a little bit if you put it on a little heavier at night, but I think it's a great blush, and Tarte has the Amazonian clay in it, which it really is from the banks of the Amazon River, so I think you would really like that blush if you haven't tried it yet. For highlighter, there's one from Sephora I like, and I happen to get the smaller size, and if you can get the smaller size, try it because it's going to last quite a while. This is the Vanilla Quartz Becca highlighter. Mine broke, but it's a very, very pretty, not in your face glow. I have it on now. You can just kind of catch the light when my face moves. It's just a very pretty subtle glow, and I really love this shade. For face powders, I just recently tried this. I think it was Geek Out of Water, Shelly, that was talking about this, and I tried it, and if you swatch this Do You from Too Faced, if you swatch the Nude Radiance, it looks kind of like a bronzer almost. It's very, very pigmented color and shimmery. So what I do is I use a very large brush, and the packaging was difficult, but it has a little sifter and you pour it out. Take a very large brush, tap it off, and I just kind of whisk all over and in the décolleté area as well, and you get a really beautiful glow. This is a great face powder for the final set. I would say that there is a little bit of a shimmer to it, but you don't notice it if you put it on lightly all over. I wouldn't use it as a bronzer, and I wouldn't spot touch it because it can look muddy and dirty if you do it wrong, if you put too much in one place. So I would just say a very large brush with very little on it all over, and it just gives you a kind of a glistening, pretty look without being over the top shiny. So that's the Too Faced Do You, and it's the Nude Radiance shade, which is the center shade. There's three shades. There's a Pearl White, there's the Nude Radiance, and then there's a deeper shade. So I think the Nude Radiance is probably the most universal. For contour, Sephora has the Fenty brand, and this is the best contour ever. This is the Fenty Amber Matchstick, and it is a roll-on. This color is kind of a grayish, shadowy looking brownish gray color, and it gives you just enough texture on your skin. It's the perfect shade. If you are a medium to light person, this is the perfect shade. For me, this is a great contour. It gives you nice definition and dimension to your face, and under here where the jowls are. It's a really great color, and it's a matchstick in Amber. They also carry Charlotte Tilbury online, and so you can get the Charlotte Tilbury contour wand, and this is an odd thing. It reminds you a little bit of the Age Rewind in the Maybelline, but basically you squeeze a little out and you turn it back, and then what you do is you just kind of blend it into your skin, and it blends in like a natural deepening, darkening contour shade. It's absolutely wonderful. When it dries down, it's not patchy or streaky or anything. It's just a wonderful tool. It's just an odd thing. If you like contour that is liquid, I like both the cream and the liquid, and for powder, you know, I do like the Kevyn Aucoin medium sculpting powder for a powder. I don't have that today to show you, but for under eye powders, I do like the Charlotte Tilbury. This is the setting powder in Fair, and the light is a little bit too dark. This is like the fair shade. I also like the Laura Mercier. This is the under eye blurring powder, and this is a pressed powder, and it goes underneath your eye. I look up and I tap it in as soon as I put my concealer on, and it really holds it from moving, because once your concealer starts moving into all your little wrinkles and ruffles underneath your eye, it can be really horrible. You can look like you have lace underneath your eyes. So this is a great powder for lace prevention. I also like very much as a setting powder for my face the Hourglass Veil Setting Powder. This is the loose, and I do use it with like a powder puff. I just put a little here in the cap, and then I use a powder puff and I press it in all over. And it sets my makeup really well. Just have to imagine I'm using a powder, it's just really good. These St. Bernard lines here, it's a really good place to have it. It stops the movement of your makeup, and you know, your mouth's always moving and your eyes are always moving, so you have powder in there and it keeps your makeup from spilling into it and working its way into it, because the powder keeps that friction from happening. For concealers, my favorite redness concealer, and this is good for blemishes and redness and color correction, this is the Bye Redness from IT Cosmetics. I think they've done this better than anyone. If you have blemishes or age spots, or let me see if I have anything I can put this on. This covers it so well. It's a basic beige color, and you put this on first and it's a perfect base. You can put your other makeup over the top of it and you've got your blemishes or age spots covered. This is really nice for photographs too. If you're doing photographs, you cover all those spots up, and that is from IT Cosmetics. For foundations, from Sephora, I've tried so many. I'm gonna have to say that there's only a couple that I would really recommend at this point, and this is one of them. This is the Touche Eclat from YSL, and this is way too dark a color for me. Online they looked lighter, and I didn't want to be too pasty, so I got this shade, but the Touche Eclat, and this is all in one glow, and this is kind of like a BB cream, I guess you could say. You put it in, it blends out really nicely. I have it on now. It's kind of like a light to a medium coverage. Gives you a really nice basic foundation base to your face look. And it's just a really nice high quality foundation slash BB cream. So that's the Touche Eclat. The other one is fairly new to me. I'm still working with it, and I do like it more days than I don't. This is the Tarte Found Sealer. This is their newest foundation makeup. It has a colorful top that you twist, and then up pops the dispenser pump, and you hold it when you twisted it, and then the pump will dispense even just a teeny bit, which is nice. It doesn't dispense too much at once. This is a really nice, kind of a medium coverage foundation. I think if you're well moisturized underneath and you put this on, you'll be very, very happy with it. There is a nice shade range with it. It's not as yellow as some of their previous incarnations have been. And I gave it a chance, and I'm glad I did. So this color is 22B. This is light beige, and it's a medium light, closer to light shade with neutral undertones, slight warmth to it, but it's mostly neutral, and I really like this very much. I did get color matched to that in Sephora. She did do the whole thing on the chin with me, so that was fun. For other concealers, I do like the Charlotte Tilbury. This is the Magic Away Liquid Concealer Wand. I have this problem. This is a lot like the Age Rewind in it's got that kind of gross sponge on it. I tap it in underneath my eyes. It's very, very pretty. It's light pink, I think, the shade I have here. Let me just have a quick look. Shade 2, Fair, Pale. I think shade 1 is like a white, but this is the Pale Fair, and it is like a pale pink. It's very brightening under the eyes. I do like it. You do have to tap it in, look up and tap it in, because if you have a lot of loose, fluffy skin underneath your eyes, a lot of foundations and concealers probably ball up into the little creases. So you have to, tap it in and then put your powder on immediately right after so it doesn't move, so it won't go back into the little cracks and creases. This is really nice, and I like you have a window here. You can see how far down you are in the product in the thing. And I'm about halfway down, and that's probably about 6 months, so I think it's a pretty good value for the money because it is a little expensive. The YSL Touche Eclat Instant Radiant Touch. This is another concealer I like. This one you click on the top, and this is a pale pink as well. Very, very nice formulation. I think the YSL Touche Eclat line is extremely good for dry skin and older skin. It's very age friendly. I think it was made for us. I think it was made with us as the focal point. So the Touche Eclat Radiant Touch Under Eye Concealer. It's not a real strong coverage, so if you have a lot of grayness or blue underneath your eyes, this won't cover it. You're going to need that color correction as well. For mascaras, I have 3. There are 3, and they're all good for different reasons. The first one is IT Cosmetics Tightline Mascara, and this is a great traveling mascara because it is a thin little brush, the thinnest brush you'll ever see. Can't even see the brush probably from there. And what you can do with this is you can go right up next to your lid, almost tight lining, so to speak, and you can get the bottom lashes really easily. But this gives you nice, big, natural looking lashes, and they're separated. They're not too clumpy. It's a very, very nice all-purpose mascara. You can also use this as an eyeliner. You can take an eyeliner brush and just tap it on here, and you can line your eyes. You can also, since you're pressing up against the underneath of your lashes, you're also tight lining a little bit. It's a very natural looking tight line, and the mascara itself works really well as a mascara. I really like this. It's not talked about very much, and it's one of my favorites. This is Wander Beauty, and this is Mile High Club mascara. This is a great, I like Wander Beauty a lot, and they're starting to get some more attention now on YouTube. But this Mile High mascara is a basic wand. It's very easy to use. You get very big lashes, and it lasts really well throughout the day. It holds them in place. You get a little bit of crispiness, but it holds really well in place. So I do like this. It's fairly new from Wander Beauty. Another mascara I love is fairly new from HOURGLASS, and it is called the Caution Extreme Lash Mascara. And this is a wonderful all-purpose. This is my favorite mascara right now. So to be my favorite, you have to be really good. Really big honking lashes. I just take a spoolie or a lash comb if I've got 2 or 3 coats of this on, and goes through, and it makes really huge lashes. It's fibery, it's spider legs, it's Liza Minnelli, Shirley MacLaine. It's those kind of lashes, which I absolutely love, and it stays all day until you want to take it off. I like it very much. This is HOURGLASS, and it's called Caution Extreme Mascara, and this is the smaller size. You can get a smaller size of this to try it out, so you don't have to commit to the full size. Speaking of lashes, I have used this particular eyelash curler for years. This is the Tarte eyelash curler. Usually it comes with one of the Tarte mascaras with it, but this is a great lash curler. It's wide enough to get your whole eye in. It feels good on the hands, and it works really well. The other tool, of course, is the Beauty Blender sponge. You wet this, dampen it, you squeeze out the excess water, and you pounce it on your skin with your foundation, and it really makes an airbrush look to your foundation. Now, nothing has really come up to this. I did find a drugstore one that I like very much, but nothing has really beaten this one, the actual original Beauty Blender sponge. Now we're into lipsticks and lip liners, and again, you know, I can find a lot of really good ones in the drugstore. So as far as Sephora goes, this is nice. This is the BUXOM. These are the plump line lip liners. They're crayons. This one is the color Confidential. On one end you have a brush where you can brush it in to buff it into your lips. On the other end you've got an actual lip pencil, and it is just gorgeous. This is a beautiful bright spring color called Confidential. It is a bright nude color, and I think it's very, very pretty. And of course the BUXOM quality is there. I think it's nice because you can line your lips with it and use it as a lipstick as well. If you want a little sheen on it, you can put a little bit of a gloss in the center of your lips afterwards. I really like this very much. That is the BUXOM Lip Plump Line Lip Liner. For lipsticks, I had gotten a set of these. These are the Bare Minerals little mini lipsticks. This one is called Tutu. Very, very pretty. They're very, very moisturizing formula. This is a very light kind of pinky nude shade. I love these. And I did actually, one of them I did wind up getting the large size to it. But the Bare Minerals in Tutu. Also in Bare Minerals, this is the Gen Nude collection, the color Kitty, and this won my best nude lipstick of my collection right now. I did do a whole big video just on all my nude lipsticks. I think there were 16 of them, and I had them inside and I had them outside, and this one won. This won over everything. This is the Bare Minerals Gen Nude, and it is the color Kitty. Very, very pretty warm pink color, warm nudie pink color. I think it would go with a lot of people's skin tones. It's just a wonderful lipstick, and it's my favorite nude lipstick right now. Charlotte Tilbury, of course, has some wonderful lipsticks. This is the Kissing lipstick in the shade Pitch Perfect. I hate the name, but this is the perfect nude lipstick. Again, you know, this is very much like the Kitty from Bare Minerals, but this is a slightly more matte, slightly more pigmented, and I would say there's just a slight variance here, maybe slightly cooler toned than the Kitty. But it is a perfect nude, and it's on a lot of people's favorites list, and there's a reason for that. It's just a wonderful formula. The color is great, and it's not too over the top. It's very wearable. It's age-friendly. It's moisturizing. It's hydrating, and it doesn't make your lips feel crummy at the end of the day. Like some lipsticks, especially liquid lipsticks, can make your lips feel very dry at the end of the day, but this does not. I do have to retouch this a couple times during the day, but I don't mind, you know, when you're eating or drinking coffee or whatever. The last lipstick is my favorite red, actually, and this is called Sienna Ultime, and this is from Lancome. So you push down on that, it releases the bottom, and then you just turn up your lipstick color, and this is the color. It's a beautiful muted red, and it's called Sienna Ultime, and it's just gorgeous on. I think it's a good neutral red. It's not too bright, it's not too dark, it's not too warm. It's just a perfect red. So Sienna Ultime from Lancome. And I have a few things on order. I don't want to recommend them until I've actually tried them myself. And of course, a reminder that the Game of Thrones collection is going to be released on the 29th, so it's going to be within that week of the sale. So I'm going to give it a try to see if I can use my sale coupon with it, and hopefully I'll be able to do my Game of Thrones review. I mean, the Budman and I have a lot of funny ideas for how we're going to show off this collection, so it'll be definitely worth watching. And Sunday night, of course, Game of Thrones is on. It does take you at least 3 episodes to get into it. It's very confusing, the first episode, if you hadn't read the books. It's a little bit confusing and strange and kind of gross, but you get used to it and you wind up hardening yourself to it and getting involved with the families and the storylines, and a lot of talking points with this show. I'm going to be very sad to see it go. We're going into the last season now, and we're coming up to episode 3. So, okay, well, if you use the code HeyRouge, all one word, you will get 20% off this week, and that is if you are a Rouge. I am, I did, I have, I'm waiting for the box. I did order a few things, and I will show you what I got after the fact. But hopefully some of these suggestions have been helpful to you, and as always, I appreciate your time, and I hope you're subscribed to my channel. It's free. I never charge money. I'm not in the Patreon. I'm not, you know, I'm not one of the big money people here. This was not a sponsored video. I know some of the Sephora videos are sponsored. They get paid lots of money to talk about the things they buy in Sephora, and good for them. I'm not being paid at all, so my opinions are always sincere, they're always truthful, and I hope that you appreciate that and pay my own cash money for the stuff too. So I hope everybody's having a wonderful week. Happy spring. Finally, although we got flooded here at my house, and my storage area had this much water in the bottom, and we had some cardboard boxes, so we had some heartbreak going on this afternoon while we were rescuing things and drying things out. So anyway, everybody have a wonderful week and have a beautiful day. Take care. Toodles.